TIFU by sticking a suction cup dildo onto the wall. Both my BF and I can be childish AF sometimes. And the pre-teen humor is very strong in us. So a while ago,
a chimney sweeper came over to check our gas water heater.
For the lack of a better word, BF let her in and woke me up. 'Cause he had to leave for work. I said hi and told her where she'd find me in case I needed something. Then I made myself comfortable in the living room. Then, suddenly it dawned on me. A couple of weeks prior I had stuck a suction cup dildo to our bathroom wall. About as high as an average person's head would be. I had thought my BF would find it hilarious to step into the shower and be greeted a big wiggly dildo. FYI, we have a bathtub and the water heater is mounted on the wall above it. So, I realized that that poor lady, who just wanted to do her job, had to work with a dildo longer than my hand within a meter of her face, and went into slight panic mode. In the end, I left the dildo where it was, partly because I was still panicking, and partly because I figured it'd be way more awkward if I removed it. Imagine finding a dildo in a stranger's bathroom and them coming to get a few minutes after letting you in. She was pretty quick to finish her work. I tipped her and she left. I'm sure her company will never send their workers to our place anymore without a notice. TLDR, stuck a suction cup dildo to our shower wall for shits and giggles. Forgot about it. Chimney sweeper had to work on our gas water heater with that dildo within 1 meter of her face. Edit. The chimney sweeper checked the gas-powered water heater in the chimney. And I tipped her because in my place it's quite common to tip a contractor if they did their job well. I can tell you for a fact that it happens all the time. I used to deliver appliances and I could take a week to tell you all the bizarre and weird things I've seen in people's houses. Don't feel bad about it, lol. Edit. I replied in the comments somewhere. Just a quick version of a couple of things. At least you weren't trying to make them see it. My father was a painter and has many stories about women wearing as little as they can, or nothing at all, while they were painting away. Don't worry. My dad used to work in HVAC and went into a man's apartment. For some reason the controls were in the bathroom. He opened up the door and the walls, floor, and shower were covered in suction cup dildos. He says roughly 30 dildos. My dad looked around, looked at the man, then looked at his intern and made him fix it while he stood in the hallway. The real question is, why was the dildo still there weeks later? I once stuck a suction cup dildo to a wall right after washing it and not to drying it all the way. Way later on, when I was about to move, my now husband plucked it off the wall, and to our dismay, a perfect circular paint bubble had formed underneath. It was huge, looked like a giant cyst on the wall. 0 tenths do not recommend. If it makes you feel better, me and my pals have the same type of humor, to the point that once one of them specifically bought a suction cup dildo just to stick it to my front door while I was at work, but she was unaware that I had an inspection at the time, so the poor lady who came over to do the inspection had to open a door with a massive dildo in her face, and in true British fashion my door was very specific about how to unlock it. Pull towards you and up and wiggle the key until it turned, which could take up to 20 minutes if it was being really stubborn. It is show up in the inspection report, and I had to ring the letting agency to explain and apologize. It's one of those stories that still gets told today. A friend of mine has swept around 4,500 chimneys. He always has good stories. Edit. I'll see if he'll do an AMA. I have a suction dildo as well. One time I stuck it to the bathroom mirror for my husband to find when he got up to pee in the night. Instead, we were both asleep and hear this thud. It must have fallen down. He gets up and starts creeping around to find out what's going on, and our dog is following him back and forth with the dildo in his mouth. My husband was unaware because he wasn't watching our pooch. LMAO. Hey, don't stress, I bet she's seen weirder. Finally an opening for this story. I'm a maintenance tech at an apartment complex. Last week I finally discovered the source of a leak that has been going on and off for about 8 months. Lady A is on the ground floor and water is falling from her bathroom ceiling. This happens for about 15 to 30 minutes once a week or so. Lady B is in the unit just above A. I have seen several spots throughout her shower tile grout where it is chipped or cracked and water can get through. I have narrowed it down to these cracks. The water can't have been coming from anywhere else this last time. However, I discovered the culprit. Suction to the wall is a large dildo with small cracks radiating out from the dildo. This 6'3" woman has been fucking the shit out of her wall so hard that it cracked grout and tile and rained on the poor deaf woman downstairs. I put a new grout and explained to the woman to play less rough in the shower. At least how she had it set up. That is, I've never seen anybody turn that pink that quickly. Edit. Deaf woman downstairs LMAO. Not op, but I used to do satellite TV installation. Went to an old man's condo. He was at least 85. To put in a couple of TVs. Remember the early 90s pastel 20-foot long floor-to-ceiling entertainment centers that were all shelving units around the big 70 inches screen rear projection TV that sat on the floor? All porn. She probably walked in there and was like, damn, are they doing handstands? Why is it so high? Haha. This reminds me of then I stuck a dildo onto the mirror just inside me and my GF's flat door. So it smacked her in the face when she came in. Wasn't expecting her to come home with her dad and her dad enter the flat first. Cold sweat smile, cold sweat smile. My partner and I used to have a suction cup dildo above our living room door at our previous apartment. It was a funny joke until the landlord came to do maintenance and we realized right after he left that we didn't take it down. I worked maintenance for an apartment complex and one time I saw a couple's BDSM closet. There's a lot of girls that wear basically nothing and watch me work sometimes. Our team loved finding weird stuff like that, and sometimes we'd swap out who goes in the apartment. So everyone gets to see it, lol. Should've walked in and been like, sir shakes a lot. How did you get in here?
I guarantee she couldn't give a shit.
Probably happy if the bathroom was relatively clean and no bitey pets. Yeah, honestly don't sweat it. Unless she's super new to the job. She will hardly have registered it. Guarantee her reaction was probably quick smirk. Then cracking on with the job. Visiting people's houses, you see so much shit like this and worse, you get desensitized to it. I work as a maintenance person for multiple apartment buildings and this is rather common. It's hilarious if you have a good sense of humor about it. I got a suction cup dildo as a funny Christmas present once. It lived the rest of Christmas Day on my front door, holding up a wreath, then lived the rest of its days in the shower holding up the puffy sponges.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.